Hey guys, welcome back to the Ice and Storm podcast. I'm Storm,
I'm Ice.
and today we will be talking about the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Yes, indeedy.
So, what's the first thing you want to get into?
So I think before we talk about this movie, I think we should give our at least brief opinions on the first Mario movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'll give mine out of the way. So for the first Mario movie, I really like it. When we got done watching it the first time, I really enjoyed it. The only thing I thought was a problem was the pacing. Nowadays, I watch that movie and I do say there are some things about that movie that's a little lackluster. Not all the characters are interesting or have interesting things going on. Uh yeah, that's basically it with and the pacing is not good in that movie at all. But other than that, it's still a good movie and I still really enjoy it. And yeah, I thought it was really good. But nowadays, yeah, I do look back on it with a little bit more of a critical mind. Blake, what about you?
I liked it a lot. I thought it was a real good movie. I think it did the Mario. It had so much stuff to do with Mario in it. And then
Yeah,
the nostalgia was there, and I think it was a good, entertaining movie. I think.
yeah. All right, now on to the second one. I guess we'll give our opinions now on the second one. I overall think the second one, well, first of all, I want to talk about the overall opinion on the second one. This movie has had a lot of interesting opinions going around on it because I've seen a lot of people who do enjoy it, but I've also seen a lot of people really not liking this movie, which is interesting. For me personally, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. Not any. There's still some issues with it that I definitely have to bring up. One big one in particular that just bugged me through the whole movie, and I was not a fan of at all. But we'll get to that when we get to that. But overall, I did enjoy this movie. What about you, Storm?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. Again, super entertaining movie. I liked all the characters in it. Seeing some of the music stuff, some of the how they added a little bit of animation in there with the like the video game style.
Yeah,
So just a bunch still adding even more nostalgia to the Mario movie.
yeah,
So I thought it was really good and I was entertained the whole way through.
I agree. Now, another thing we should talk about. This is a spoiler review. If you don't want to get spoiled, don't watch this review. You can come back to it later, but we will be talking about spoilers. As I don't think I could talk about my things I liked and things I didn't like without talking about spoilers. So yeah, so let's go on talk about like probably the best thing about this movie. At least in my opinion, the overall best thing. The animation is outstanding, right? Like
Yeah.
I think that is hands down the best thing about this movie. The animation is great. Yeah, the animation is fantastic, and they really did a great job in the action too. The action scenes were kind of crazy. I can't even lie. I really enjoyed the action scenes. What about you, Storm? How did you feel about the animation and fight scenes?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I thought it was, the first one was good. This one's good. I think, the animation was definitely top tier.
Yeah. Now, let's talk about some voice acting. All right, so I overall thought the voice acting was really good this movie. I think everyone did that part really good. Chris Pratt's Mario, really good. I thought he did good. Could work on his Mamma Mia, but that's like his only line that I think he messed up.
Mamma mia.
I like Charlie as Luigi. He has a lot more to do. Well, I wouldn't say he has a lot more to do. He's mostly just he has more to do in the first movie than the first movie. That's for sure.
Hmm.
Uh, I like Charlie as Luigi a lot. I think he did good. He doesn't have much story in this one. He's kind of just there for Mario's character, which is just falling in love with Peach. But it was cute, so I didn't mind it. Toad is good. Jack Black as Bowser still is good. Peach was good. Now onto the new voices. I really liked Benny Safdie as Bowser Jr. I thought he did great.
Hmm.
I thought he did fantastic. You could not tell that was Donald Glover as Yoshi. I think that was a outstanding performance by him. You just couldn't tell. He just completely vanished in that. And as well as I like Brie Larson as Rosalina as well.
Hmm.
What
Yeah.
about you, Storm?
Yeah. Benny Safdie, I mean, he sounds like a different version of Jack Black.
Yeah,
For me, I thought he did a great job and I thought he was perfect for it.
yeah,
And then, yeah, Rosalina, I liked a lot. I thought it fit pretty much perfect.
yeah,
And then, um, Who's? Oh yeah, Yoshi.
Yoshi, yeah.
Yoshi. Even though he only had one line and he said O-line in the movie.
Yeah,
I
Yoshi.
thought it was still a great job, and I thought
Yeah.
he sounded great also.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you could tell. Now, let's talk about the thing that I want to get your opinion on this, Storm, because this has been a critique that was of the first movie, probably the biggest complaint, as well as, from what I've seen, this is a complaint that people are still having with this movie. Well, I just realized we forgot to talk about one voice actor, but we'll talk about him in a second, I guess, when we talk about the story. Uh, how'd you feel about the pace in this movie? Because that was the biggest complaint about the first movie for, I guess, me and pretty much everyone who universally agreed on. And first of all, what did you think?
I thought it was good. I thought there was more. It was more like structure to this one rather than last one. I felt like jumped more and more and more. This one I felt like jumped to certain parts though. It was like more like with Mario and Luigi, with Rosalina, and we're still on what we saw from them last in the last scene. We're seeing from them in this scene, so it's not like a super big jump.
Yeah,
but it is still an hour and a half movie, so it is a shorter movie. But
yeah,
I liked it.
So my thing with the movie is, I think the pacing was overall better. I think it was overall better. I did enjoy it a lot more. I will say, I want to talk about this scene. I still want to talk about this when we talk about a certain character. I'm not going to talk about who. I kind of wish that they had a lot more screen time, and I think there are some scenes in the movie that could have been shortened down or just completely erased. We'll get to that when we get to that. Yeah, we'll get to that when we get to that. Now, I want to talk about the story and the characters.
Okay.
Because this is another thing that a lot of people are, I want to say, have been complaining about overall for the movie. But first of all, I think we should let's talk about Illumination for a second. Not a lot of people like Illumination. I think they are commonly referred to as the safest studio in town. They make the most cartoony, kiddie, entertaining. The goal is to just make the most entertaining movie for pretty much everyone without really just bringing anything sad. They're not trying to be the next Disney or Pixar. They make stuff like the Minions and Sing. They're commonly referred as the safe studio for a lot of people, which I'm not going to sit here and disagree. I think they are probably the safest studio out there. They don't, and I wish they do try to take a little bit more risk. Now, when it comes to the story and the characters, yeah, the story is kind of simple. Rosalina gets kidnapped, and then everyone's pretty much trying to find her. And there's some issues along the way, but we can talk about that. And not all the characters have, because there's a lot of characters, not all the characters get a lot of screen time. Well, not screen time. They don't have much story, like I talked about earlier. Luigi's kind of just there. Yoshi is kind of just there. Toad is kind of barely there. Peach and Mario have a good story. Rosalina, I guess, has a good story. Not a good story. We'll talk about it later. Fox, surprisingly, gets a good amount of story, which I guess, to move on into him. How'd you feel about Fox, Storm?
I liked Fox.
I
thought, at first I didn't see a point in him being in the movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little weird because he's not a Mario character, but they did explain why he was in the movie and why he was there. And then I liked his character a lot. And I liked Glen Powell.
Now, for me personally, I liked his story. I liked his character a lot. Not the biggest fan of Glen Powell as Fox. I didn't think he was bad. I don't know. Sometimes I think there were some lines where he just didn't deliver as well, but I still thought he was fine. It's not like a big deal. And I overall liked Fox. I am kind of sad because, yes, I do think he has a bigger role than Rosalina in this movie, which I think we should talk about her later. I'm not going to talk about her now. But overall, yeah. But when it comes to the story, I think it was overall good, but I do admit that it was a simple story, kind of, and not all the characters were. I think even though they were still likable and still enjoyable, I do think not all of them were given much. What about you, though, Storm? How'd you feel about the story overall, though?
I mean, I think it's right on the Mario theme with the princess getting kidnapped.
Yeah.
I mean, with, almost all Mario shows and stuff like that, and even with the game, I mean, that was pretty much all it was for the most part. So I liked it. I thought it was good. I mean, it's an hour and half movie, you know, an hour and
Yeah.
30 minutes. There's only so much story you can
Yeah,
get
not
into it.
every character's
And I
gonna get
think
their
like
shine.
Luigi his backstory was, I feel like, covered a little bit more in the first one
Yeah.
with Mario, and I feel like there's not even really a need to really get his backstory. Like, he's Luigi, Mario's Mario. Like, we
Yeah.
saw how they got to the, you know, kind of the Mario Galaxy.
Yeah.
I feel like that's all we kind of, you know, need to know to a certain degree.
Yeah.
And then Toad, I mean, what's Toad's backstory? It's like I feel
No,
like we don't need to know Toad's backstory.
no, we
so
don't. But like, I
I
don't
feel
think
like,
there's a shame of it because they kind of do this whole thing where like he kind of doesn't like Yoshi that much.
yeah,
But like that kind of doesn't go anywhere by the end of
Yeah.
the. You kind of just forget that's even a thing by the end of the movie. Honestly,
Yeah.
it becomes so forgettable. It like kind of doesn't even happen if you think about it.
yeah,
And I think my favorite thing. I think let's talk about probably my favorite thing about the movie, at least for me, and that's the relationship between Bowser Jr. and Bowser. I
yeah,
loved it. Smiling the whole time when they were on screen together. In fact, I'll go as far to say I think Bowser Jr. was overall still my favorite part about the whole movie, if I'm going to be honest. Every time he was on screen, I was smiling, which is kind of a shock because I'm actually not a big fan of Bowser Jr. in the games, which
Yeah.
is excited. I really liked him in the movie.
uh-huh,
And I overall really liked his character, his backstory with his dad. I just like that he wants to make his dad proud, you know, father and son
yeah,
stuff. I overall thought that was good. Bowser's character, I think, was overall good as well. There's this one scene that I don't understand because he talks about wanting to make like his son proud because he was a neglectful father, you know, when he was a
Mhm.
war criminal, a war general. And then once he turns big, I get that he was trying to like prove to the Mario Brothers like he can be trustworthy. But like when he said I'm gonna stay behind in the Queen Bean Palace, you know, let them go and all stay here and like mine for them, you know, fix everything. I
Yeah.
kind of assume okay, he's gonna break out and he's just gonna leave because obviously he wants to go see his son. But he kind of doesn't do that, which I thought was a really weird decision.
yeah.
Also, no Bowser song in this one. How do you feel about that, Storm?
I mean, it is what it is. It was kind of surprising in the first one,
Yeah.
so I'm not, you know, mad about it. The first one was amazing though, but you know, it makes sense.
I'm not mad about it. I will admit I probably did miss it. I don't know why, but yeah, they played the piano as well. I was expecting him to sing again, but
Yeah,
he didn't, which is fine. But yeah, I think that scene was the only scene where like I was genuinely questioning like what was Bowser doing there.
yeah,
Like I thought I thought he literally wanted to see his son. Why is he willing to stay behind? That didn't make any sense to me.
yeah,
But again, their whole relationship, especially by the end, where Bowser turns Dry Bowser, did not see that coming, and Bowser Jr. turns Fury Bowser Jr. That whole scene was epic.
yeah. That was cool.
That was cool. Real quick before we talk about the rest of the characters, let's talk about the references because that's surprisingly been another thing that a lot of people have been complaining about. Is that there's a lot of Mario stuff in this movie. Some
Yeah.
people have been saying that they took the whole spotlight away from the movie, which I don't agree with personally. I don't know. I personally didn't agree with that personally. I think all the references were fine. I think there's a lot of them, and I could definitely see some people being a little confused on how much of them are. Like, who even remembers Wart as a character?
That's what.
No, I like Wart. Well, we'll get to that scene later, but who even remembers that guy? But yeah, it was cool. I didn't mind all the references personally. I think it was cool.
Yeah, I liked it.
I liked like I said, I like Fox. I think he was cool. Rob was funny. I don't know how to feel about the Mr. Game & Watch one. I thought it was hilarious, but like I also was like, okay, you just came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
It was like you just came out of nowhere, and it kind of just doesn't make any sense. Like, Lou, what the heck? Marty, I told you I never knew how to draw, and I was just like, okay, that's a little weird. But
I thought it was funny.
I
though.
still thought it was
I mean,
funny. But
because nobody saw that coming.
Nobody
in,
saw
and I
that
feel like
coming,
you
yeah.
saw him and you were like,
yeah,
so I feel like it was a good surprise.
it was funny. Yeah, and you saw the Pigman from Olimar too from
Yeah.
that game, which I thought was cool too. Yeah, but I think all the references weren't like bad.
And I like the music.
The music was great. Yeah, no dumb licensing music like Take On Me. So yeah. I overall enjoyed all references, and none of them really stuck out. Maybe some of the power ups, like I don't know, some of the power ups. I guess that's because I just didn't know what some of them were. But yeah, but overall, I didn't mind the references.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah. Now back to the story and the characters. We kind of. I already talked about my favorite thing about the characters. With Bowser and Bowser Jr., I thought their whole father-son dynamic was amazing. I love those two.
Hmm.
I could honestly probably watch a whole movie about those two if I'm gonna be honest, which I kind of hope they do now. Now when it comes to everyone else, again, I don't think they had much to do besides them. Arguably, Peach had the most to do out of all of them. Uh, I want to talk about one of them later because that's when my problems come in. But when it comes to Mario, his thing is mostly just he's in love with Peach. He kind of gets dragged into the story if you think about it.
Yeah.
But his whole thing is he's in love with Peach, which I thought was fine. I thought was cute.
Yeah.
Yoshi's kind of just there with the comic relief, but he's funny, so I'll know it. I think he was funny, so I like him. Luigi again doesn't have much to do. He's kind of just there with Mario, but it's fine. Toad is again just there. DK wasn't in this movie this time,
DK.
which was funny.
He had a cameo though. He had a little.
He did have a
little
cameo.
moment. He had a mention.
I'm glad he had a mention. Yeah. I think Peach was overall good this movie as well. I liked her a lot, and I like Fox's character a lot. Now, is there anything you want to highlight, Storm, before I probably talk about some things I do have a problem with?
No.
Like any more highlights? And then, no, you don't?
No. Do it then.
Alright. So, first of all, let's talk about the title of this movie. Super Mario Galaxy. This is not a Galaxy movie. It's a Mario World movie. It may have the Galaxy title, but it may have Rosalina in it, but we'll talk about her. I guess I'll talk briefly about her. She is in this movie. She's mostly just the plot device and the MacGuffin of the movie because she does get taken out pretty early, and her backstory is completely different, which is fine. It doesn't have to be the same. I'm completely fine with video games movie changing it up. I don't want everything to be the same, so I was fine with that. As for what it was, talk about that in a second. It's not. There's only one boss in the whole game, in the whole Mario game, which was Megalee, but he was cool, so that's pretty okay. Bowser doesn't have his henchmen from the Mario Galaxy games, which is weird. Yeah, the Galaxy thing was just kind of snapped on there. I don't really think it was much of a Galaxy movie besides from everything to do with Rosalina, and even then, it's not entirely accurate either. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was a little not disappointed, but like it was a little interesting. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it did kind of feel like they just kind of put that title on there to get fans excited. And I kind of wish now it was saved for, like, 3, considering what the post-credit character was. Because I don't know what they're going to do for her now. I don't know how they're going to top the scale from this one. Because video games movies nowadays like to top everything they do. So, yeah. But if we're talking about, like, my biggest problem with this movie, let's talk about Rosalina. Now, to get the highlights out of the way, she looks beautiful. I don't think I could stress that enough. She looks beautiful. I love her design. Again, I think she sounds great. But dude, that backstory makes me so mad. So here's the backstory. Her and Peach are now canon to be sisters, which is fine. That whole thing doesn't bother me as much. And I guess we don't know anything about the parents. So dark forces wanted to take their powers. Rosalina sends her sister away, which, even though I've seen some people complain, why didn't she go with her? I guess she just wanted to keep her safe, so that's why she didn't go with her. That part I don't have a problem with. What I have a problem with is this line of dialogue at the end. I knew you come and find me, Peach. What the heck are you talking about? Her come and find you? You send her away to the Mushroom Kingdom. You know where she is. You literally know everything. She's reading a story about Peach to everyone. She's literally been probably watching them. She tells them about Mario, about Luigi, about DK. You remember all the stars that chanted DK's name? Which, by the way, just reminded me about you. But yeah, she literally knows where her sister is. And she never once came to visit her, even though she has an entire freaking spaceship that could take her there. What are you talking about, Rosalina? What are you doing? Never once tried to visit her. Just left your sister there. What? That part, I was so confused. And we don't even get, like, an actual, like, good reunion with them, because it kind of just all gets, like, brushed away in a second, which, like, with the pacing, which that part of the backstory made me so mad, because I'm like, what are you talking about? You literally know your sister's location. You know she's safe, but, like, you literally are just there. You're reading bedtime stories to your Lumas, to your children, quote unquote, and you're just not even going to visit her? Not once, all these years later? Never visit her once? And what are you talking about? She came to find you? What? Hashtag Rosalina terrible sister. What are you talking about? Yeah, that part made me mad. I don't think you're probably as mad about that as I am, Storm, but like that part of the story actively made me mad because I'm like, what is this story decision? I'm sorry, this to me was bad writing. This was bad writing. You literally send your sister away, which is fine, but then you know where she is, and you never once go to visit her once, even though we see in the beginning of the movie she's completely safe. There's no danger. There's no nothing. Nothing's chasing her, which could have been fun. They could have explained it where like she didn't know where her sister was, or they didn't know if her sister was okay. But that's not the case because she's literally reading a whole story about Peach.
Yeah.
So it's all like, what the heck are we doing here?
Yeah.
Combine that she just doesn't get a whole lot of screen time as well. Like she is the MacGuffin of this movie. Like she gets taken out super early. She has less screen time than Luigi. Because people complain about Luigi getting barely any screen time in the first movie. Rosalina has less.
I think Rosalina has more than Luigi in the first one.
I don't think so. You think so?
I think so. It felt like she did. It felt like Luigi was literally going after the. I guess.
I don't know. I
guess after. I don't know, because at the beginning, I guess Luigi was in it, but after they went through the pipe, he was like basically gone forever.
Yeah, I mean,
but one thing about the Rosalina Peach thing, I do somewhat agree with you because that really doesn't make too much sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
One of the things was when they were together, they like had the power for the cosmos or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and Rosalina probably separated them so they weren't together, you know? Because when they were together, they had all that power, but when they were separate, they were kind of, it wasn't as, powerful or whatever. So that's probably another reason why she separated them.
Okay, I'm a counter argument.
Okay.
One that could be true, but that's not explained.
I know.
And
I know.
it kind of was just explained. It kind of was just explained that dark evil was forces which we don't know who it was. Maybe which we don't know who it is. Which is, again, fine. I would have liked a bit more explanation, but I guess not. But yeah, so it's I think it literally is explained. Dark forces came after us in our power, so I sended her away, and I think that is generally the explanation. That could be the case, but it's not explained.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
And
playing devil's advocate kind of.
Yeah, no, that's fine. And I'm sure it didn't make you as bad as it made me, but I was just sitting there in the theater thinking that is completely stupid. And I really didn't like that writing decision. And I'm just gonna say it now because it's just so weird that to me this is the Mario Galaxy movie and Rosalina is the damsel in distress.
Mm-hmm.
It surprisingly, it feels more like a Peach movie than it does a Rosalina movie.
Yeah.
It feels like the Peach. In fact, it kind of feels like the Peach movie overall because she clearly was the most focused.
Yeah.
And just to and yeah, that was overall my biggest problem with the movie, as I just didn't feel like that made any sense. As for other things, I just didn't also vibe with. How much time has passed between the first movie and the second movie, you think, Storm? Because Bowser Jr. has literally made an entire... This is a minor thing, but Bowser Jr. literally made an entire planet in the galaxy when his father was away. So, like, how long has passed? How long has he had the time to do that? I don't know. It's just... That's a minor thing, but, like, I was just curious how long passed between them, and they don't explain it, which I guess is fine, but it did leave me asking questions.
Yeah.
Other than that, like... Yeah, and like to go back to the Rosalina thing for a second, because again, she is probably my biggest problem with the movie. To go back to the scenes I thought could have been a race, so that we could have had more time with her. I thought the whole baby subplot. This might be a hot take. I don't really care for it at all. I think you could have cut that part extremely down.
Talking about the baby Mario.
Yeah, the baby Mario and baby Luigi part, along with them fighting the T-Rex. I don't see the point for that. Like I didn't see the point for that at all. It kind of just felt like. You needed they wanted to do more. It's the T-Rex from Mario Odyssey. Look at that, guys. And it just felt like they wanted to do more references and stuff like that, when I feel like you definitely could have cut that stuff down to do more stuff with Rosalina, as well as to go back as well real quick to the whole Illumination does safe thing. I hate to say it, this kind of proves them a little right, because Rosalina's, at least before her lore is very sad with her backstory with her mom, her backstory of how she became the princess of the galaxies, the stars. Her backstory is very sad, and the fact that they kind of changed it, where like you could say this one is kind of sad, even though in my opinion it's not nearly as sad as like talking about someone's mother who's not around anymore. It kind of just, I don't want to say proved everyone right, but to me it felt like they kind of proved a lot of people right with that statement from the fact that they didn't take that chance and actually told her actual backstory. But yeah, that's my opinion. And another thing that I thought was weird is that why did Peach just leave Mario and Luigi behind the kingdom? Toad, pack our bags, we're leaving, and we're not saying goodbye. We're not even telling anyone we're leaving. That was another thing I thought was weird. I thought she doesn't want to talk to Mario at all before she leaves.
Yeah, she probably should have, but she did leave him in charge. So
yeah, no. But like I feel like that would have made more sense if she would have done that publicly, maybe. But yeah, those are overall just my biggest problems with the movie. I really didn't like the Rosalina stuff personally, especially her backstory. I felt like that was really bad. But overall, I still enjoyed the movie, and none of that takes away from my enjoyment of the movie overall. Like I said, as much as I did like maybe the sister stuff with Peach and Rosalina, I really enjoyed the father and stuff with Bowser Jr. So
yeah,
that helped. I don't know where they're gonna take the next movie, because I don't think I showed you this, Storm. We didn't stay for the second post-credit scene. I didn't know there was a second one. Daisy's revealed to be in the next movie.
Okay. Daisy!
That's cool. I don't know how they're going to top this movie. I'm sure they're going to want to top this. I don't think Daisy, when I saw Daisy like at the end, I thought, okay, cool. I probably would have been more excited to see Wario or Waluigi.
Yeah.
But I think still seeing Daisy is cool. I don't know. Again, I don't know what they're going to do for the next movie. I don't know what they're going to title it for the next movie. But I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
But still, overall, I really enjoyed this movie. Overall, I enjoyed a lot of stuff. I mean, it's Mario. Overall, like, there's just so much to like about this movie. And even the stuff I didn't like, I don't think the bad stuff outweighed the good stuff for me.
Yeah.
Not even all.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how you're a Mario fan and you don't like this movie.
Don't like this movie. This movie was pretty much, Fox is in this movie. This movie wasn't just made for Mario fans. I felt like it was made for Nintendo fans.
Yeah.
There's like Rob's in the movie, Mr. Gamey Watch in the movie, the Pigman are in the movie. This was like made for Nintendo fans.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, which is why I think like, if you're not a Mario fan, which I would be surprised if you're not, then you're probably, I guess you won't enjoy this movie. But this movie was made for the Mario
I feel
fans.
like, why would you go watch it if you weren't like a Mario Nintendo fan?
Yeah, and if you just don't, I mean, you can not like it still. Like, you could say that's even still bad. Like, they kind of only appeal to the Nintendo fans, but like, Nintendo has been around for so long, like I think 40 years now, or probably longer if we're gonna be honest. That like, it made sense that they wanted to celebrate everything that they've done.
Yeah, I liked Wood's actor too.
I like Ward as well.
I thought he did a good job.
I thought he did funny too. What, do I look like a snitch? Yes, I do. Yeah, I thought that was funny. You guys, maybe they could have, again, that could have been a scene that they could have shortened down for Rosalina, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, I enjoyed this movie a lot. Yeah.
So.
What? Oh yeah. The score and
Should we give our ratings?
Yeah, and let's give our ratings. Yeah.
Oh, who's your favorite character was Bowser Jr.?
Bowser Jr. Yeah. What about you, Storm?
I don't think I have a favorite character. I don't think in this one. I think I kind of liked them all kind of. I did like Bowser Jr. I still like Bowser.
Yeah.
He's still good. I liked Mario in this movie. I mean, Peach was everyone. I just liked everyone kind of.
Yeah.
Nice stash.
Nice stash.
But yeah, I kind of liked everyone.
Yeah.
I felt like they all did their part.
Yeah, I would. Besides from the one obvious, like I've kept on mentioning, I agree that almost everyone did their part really well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, our rating.
Yeah.
I'll give it in terms of stars, in terms of stars, I'll give it 3 stars, probably. Yeah. 3 stars, yeah. Maybe 4.5, probably. Between those two. And as for a score of 1 to 10, probably a 7.5.
Mm-hmm. How did it go from 3 stars to 4.5 stars?
Well, I didn't say that. I said 4.5 stars.
Yeah, 4.5.
What do you mean?
What do you mean 4.5 stars?
I don't know. Like,
You said 3 stars and then you said 4.5 stars.
I didn't mean 4.5. No, I probably
Yeah.
should have just said 4. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
3 to 4.
3 to 4. My
Okay.
bad. I'm dumb. My bad. But yeah, and I give it a 7 point, probably a 7.5. Yeah, in terms of 1 out of 10.
Out of stars, I'd give it out of 5 stars. I'd probably give it a 4.5
Okay.
out of stars, and then out of 1 out of 10, I'd give it a cool probably a cool 8.5 to 9.
I like that.
That's what I would do. I liked it a lot, so
I like that.
that's
Yeah.
what I would do.
I like that. Yeah. Overall, I really enjoyed the movie. I'm curious. Yeah, I really enjoyed the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and let us know what you guys thought about the movie. If you've seen it, if you liked it, if you didn't like it. We're definitely curious to hear your thoughts.
Yep, let us know your pros, cons, who was your favorite character, and what you're excited and want to see for the next movie.
Yes, indeedy.
But I've been Storm.
I've been nice.
We'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Wahoo!
Let's go.